here. I know you're gonna dig this.
Well, for the second for one, and now they got the man trapped in third and taking it up. And second and two, handoff goes to McCaffrey up the middle, finds a little room, lot more room, and he's off to the races.
Welcome to the In the Zone Sports Talk Radio Network. You're listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show with your host, Kate Diggs from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with the large heart, and co-host Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida. Also co-hosting Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. These are your hosts, bringing you the ultimate in sports news for the ultimate sports fan. Be sure to download the Try 99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support. Now sit back and prepare to get into another episode of the Just Us Sports Talk Show.
What's up? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Hey, it's Monday night. It's cold. In Pennsylvania, they're talking about snow tomorrow, 2-hour delays for school. Whew, man. This come off a nice holiday. That wouldn't be a bad idea not to go to school tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? It's just real another relaxing day. You could stay up and probably binge watch some movies tonight if you want to or something of that nature. But anyways, you know, thank everybody for tuning in to us. I'm on live, on YouTube. I'm on Twitter, so I'm pretty much everywhere around. I'm on all kinds of social media today, trying to see how this thing gonna work out. But before we go on, guys, I want to talk a little bit about we got Mo on the line, and we got Curry on the line. What's going on, fellas?
Aaron Rodgers, baby. Aaron Rodgers. Hey, everybody. Hope everybody's doing all right.
All right. So before we go on, real quick, I know we don't want to talk about baseball, but Curry, they're talking about putting the salary cap into baseball. The owners from the Yankees said we need one. But the funny thing about it is, they have the fifth highest cap right now in baseball. I just don't understand that part of it. I just don't. And real quick, then we can move on to something else. Like, so the Dodgers they have the highest salary, right? And then Chicago Cubs have the 10th highest salary. Between those two right now is $112 million difference. But then if you look at what the Dodgers have and what the Yankees have, it's only $27 million difference. So is it more so the organization that's doing well, bringing in players, or what is the case may be? Because we know that Ohtani he deferred money, right? And if he did it, you would think other
people deferred money.
You would think other teams, other players would start doing the same thing. As well. Would you say, Mo?
Yamamoto deferred as well.
Right. So you would think more teams would start doing that, because it seemed like it's the way to go to have a better team. And the thing about it is, as we all know, Ohtani went to the Dodgers, said, I want you to defer this money. You know what I'm saying? So that was that's something he came up with to do. And now, you know, everybody else, I think, should maybe try to do the same thing if they want to bring a superstar, all-star, anybody into the mix to be a part of the team. Anybody got any comments, questions, or remarks on that before we move on?
Worked so well for the Mets and Bobby Bonilla.
Well, they only give them $1 million to 2030. That's not really hurting their pocket.
2034. Dude ain't played in 20 years.
And the Mets had the third highest salary cap. So it ain't hurting them none. It ain't hurting them none at all. They got the third high.
I definitely think they should have a salary cap.
And the team in Toronto they have the fourth highest salary cap right now in baseball. And the Yankees come in 5. Number 6, you got Phillies. 7, Houston. 8, San Diego. 9, we have Boston, and 10, we have Chicago Cubs. So the team we're talking about, teams probably that's already in the teams that were in the playoffs that basically are the ones with a nice little cap going on with the salary. So again, I mean, you know, there's some teams that want it and some teams that don't want it. But we'll see how well this goes going on, because I think that they start talking December 1st to January, the end of January, as far as what they want to do, what they don't want to do, how they're gonna handle things in baseball. So who is that breathing really hard? Somebody is everybody okay out there? All right, next up, anybody else got anything for baseball before we move on? All right.
Well, they hear a lot about that. And the thing is that the owners would never do a salary cap. So we're figuring over now going to get their own.
Well, I think the reason why they want the salary cap, right, is because the Dodgers taking full advantage of it. Toronto's basically taking the full advantage of it. I mean, if you think about it, I don't know what Toronto's salary cap was last year, but they went from last to first.
Kevin, the thing is that the owners, you know, have always been against the salary cap.
No. Well, I'm saying there's some that's for it and some against it. Like Steinbrenner is saying he wants a salary cap now. But again, the thing about it is though is New York the place you want to play baseball? Does it still has that mystique that you want to go there and play baseball?
It always has mystique.
I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't. Go ahead, Rich.
I mean, I get where you're going with that, but I think that they have 27 championships, 26 or 27.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
People are going to want to go play because they have 26, 27 championships. They want to be 28, 29. Like that's the Yankees have a legacy of winning. I think people are always going to want to go play for the Yankees, whether it's a salary cap or not. But I think I'm starting to think now that a salary cap is good in baseball. Because I'm gonna tell you the reason, and it's gonna be real fast.
Go ahead.
They got that pitcher, Paul Skeens, that they're not gonna be able to pay. Because Pittsburgh don't pay. That's why they had all of those great players over the years, and they ended up somewhere else. They're like the farm team for the MLB, except it's like within the league.
So let me ask this question though: is it the owners? Is it the team? Whose fault is it that they don't want to pay money? Because at the end of the day,
they don't.
If you want to win, you're gonna bring in talent.
Yeah, but see, you got.
Go ahead.
See, the baseball doesn't really make a ton of money from the United States. Like people go see baseball games, but there's too many of them. There's 162. You can look on any night and see that half the stands is empty until you get to like August. When the playoffs are trying to get a line, August hits, people start going to the games because they're meaningful for a lot of teams. But most baseball gets a lot of their money from overseas. You know what I mean? Like a lot.
I know the Dodgers make a lot of. I know the Dodgers make a lot of money from overseas, from Japan.
Exactly. The Yankees make a lot of money overseas. Like, but you get the Phillies make a lot of money overseas. The Cubs make a lot of money overseas. These are historical teams. But Pittsburgh ain't no historical team. They ain't making no money.
So how do Pittsburgh get better? So if you're saying, okay, so you bringing let's say you're bringing a salary cap, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they still don't get players, because at the end of the day, players gonna want to play where they feel they're gonna win. Now, now is Pittsburgh a bad? Do they draft bad? Do they have a good farm system?
Pittsburgh has had so many great players on their team that they had to trade because they can't afford to pay them. And I mean, these are young players at different positions, all on the team at the same time, and every one of them got traded except for and he left and came back.
Are you
What's
talking
his
about
name?
the outfielder? The outfielder.
Yeah,
Yeah, I knew you talking about
but it was a bunch of them. It was like
I can see his face.
Garrett Cole. It was they was loaded. What is his
What's
name?
his name?
His last name started with an M.
Yeah, I can see his face too, but I can't think of his name. I get that, but again,
But if you
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question though about this. How good is their farm system? Because being a Dodger fan right now, and I'm seeing they talking about getting rid of Muncy, talking get rid of backup catcher, because they said the farm system is so well done that, and this comes from drafting. It doesn't come from. It may come from draft. It comes from drafting. It maybe come from some type of trades. But if you got a person that's drafting well, you're going to compete. Like I think Cincinnati has did an excellent job in drafting and moving some players around, because I think that they're going to be a team this year coming up that's going to be challenging to get in the playoffs.
But that's going to be a year here, a year there, and then they fall off. They go quiet. The Dodgers can sustain it because they have an endless amount of money that they can spend. The Yankees can sustain it because they have an endless amount. These are historical teams. The Pirates are not. People ain't checking for the Pittsburgh Pirates. If you ain't from Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania, you're not. They don't even hear about Pittsburgh.
So would you say this? Would you say that scenario that I just talked about happened to Baltimore? Because Baltimore last year, not this season, but the season before this, they were in the mix. You know, some people had picked them to go to the World Series. So what happened to them other than injuries that caused them to fall so far off the shelf?
They got rid of a couple young players this year, like that were helping them last year. That's why they took a tumble. Like they lost production because they can't afford to pay everybody.
So I didn't look. I didn't look at the. I didn't look at the whole realm of where salary caps is. I don't know where Baltimore is, but I'm just using them as an example. Now, we could talk. We could look at Seattle, right? I don't know where Seattle stands, as far as the cap is concerned. But look at how they have been roller coaster riding for the last 3 years, and he finally got over the hump this year. You know what I'm saying? And they said they were probably more dangerous than Toronto in the playoffs, right? They said the Dodgers probably would have a more difficult time with Seattle than they would have had with Toronto. So is that because now I don't know where the money stands at for them right now. Let me just pull this up real quick.
Watch them all those teams you just named: Milwaukee, Seattle, Toronto. All those teams are going to disappear into mediocrity for a few years because they can't carry the salary. This was the year that they paid for.
Okay, so we're talking about Seattle. Seattle is like they're right in the middle. They're 15th, right? So they're like 92 million. They're you got Seattle, Kansas City, and Detroit right there at 92, 93. You got Detroit at 77. The lowest salary is Washington at 48. I'm sorry, no. Lowest is Cincinnati at 41, but they're winning. But see, Cincinnati's winning. They look like they got something going on. Baltimore's at 34 million. Chicago White Sox is at 38 million. So I can understand Chicago White Sox because they got to fight with the Cubs in the same city, right? But let me see.
They're not popular globally.
No, they're not. I get that baseball has become more of an international sport. I think faster. Well, in the European world, Asian world, baseball is probably number one over anything. In the European world, football probably is number one. You know what I'm saying?
Soccer?
And I think with basketball, soccer.
Soccer is the number one sport across the globe.
And I think with basketball is really big in Africa right now. You know what I'm saying? They got so many leagues over in Africa right now. It's insane. So at the bottom we got Washington, Miami, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Cleveland was in it for a little bit. St. Louis, Baltimore, and Tampa Rays. Minnesota, White Sox, and Athletics, all 20 to 30. All right. So again, if you're looking at internationally, I get your point. But again, it goes back to me. I think it goes back to how well you draft. You know what I'm saying?
How well do the Dodgers draft?
I think they draft well. I think that
outside of Shohei.
Well, I'm gonna say this. They've had Cody Bellinger, Corey Seager, two off the top of my head that they drafted. Then they had the shortstop. They traded him to y'all, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Who, Trevor Story?
No, the shortstop. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Then they traded away the one pitcher. Because if you think about it, the players that stepped up, even Muncy was not. He wasn't homegrown, but somebody let him go. They picked him up. Nope, Padres didn't want Snell, so the Dodgers picked him up, right? Or Los Angeles didn't want to pay the money for Ohtani, so the Dodgers picked him up. But then Toronto was right in the mix of getting him too. So something in Toronto made him feel like, hey, maybe this is the place I want to go. And then I guess Dodgers came back. And
but everybody just named as a veteran.
Right, but the thing about this is these are players that teams let go, right?
I
and
understand,
they said we don't want you.
Every player you just named was a veteran. It was not a player that was drafted in LA because LA can afford to pay all of these people.
I just said Corey Seager.
Yeah, but he's gone.
Corey Seager, right, he's gone. But they traded him. Corey Seager's left. He won a World Series. The kid in New York, Bellinger, who might be coming back, he was drafted by them.
But he's gone.
Right, but everybody I'm saying right now has already won a World Series with them. So they drafted him and they flipped him. Now
I guess that's a fact.
Corey Seager left and got more money to go to the Rangers, and he goes to the Rangers. They win the World Series. Now he's looking to leave. Bellinger played really well with the Yankees.
They did win a World Series.
And now they talking about him coming back to LA, right? So again, I think they like I said, they like the backup catcher. Both catchers came through the system, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, I think what they do is they flip those guys and get the players they're going to get if they're going to trade them.
But y'all can afford to do it. Pittsburgh can't do that. Milwaukee can't do that. Seattle can't do that.
But that comes from drafting well.
No, that comes from having money.
But if you
can pay Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani,
but I'm talking
Kershaw,
about the ones.
He's old,
but I'm talking about the ones that they drafted that has contributed.
Yeah, I'm talking about that as well as you having the money to pay for those other players. Pittsburgh and Seattle and Milwaukee and no other teams really. The Yankees, the Red Sox, the Phillies.
But I just gave
the Cubs. They can pay.
I just gave you the numbers of the top 10 teams. And there's a difference, like I said, between 1 and 5. There's $27 million between 1 and 5. That the Dodgers overspent $27 million more than the top 5.
Who's the second team?
Who's the second team?
Atlanta Braves.
Who's third?
Yeah.
The Mets.
Fourth.
Toronto.
Fifth.
Yankees.
Sixth.
Phillies.
7th.
7.
Houston.
I mean, 8.
8.
San Diego.
9th.
Boston.
And 10th.
Chicago Cubs.
And all the teams I said are in the top 10, and they remain in the top 10 because they spend money. The Braves are going to fall off. They always do. Because they can't afford to carry that salary. You put a salary cap in, the Yankees make more money, the Dodgers make more money, all the teams make more money. They just don't pay as much.
So the Texas Rangers had won the World Series recently, right? San Francisco Giants, something ain't right in San Francisco. Something's not right in San Francisco because they can't even get a free agent to come there and play for them. Something's not right there. What surprises me is that the Los Angeles Angels are 13th.
Go.
Okay. Arizona.
Why?
Arizona down to the wire for the wild card. Seattle's 15th. Kansas City is 16th. They made a turn for the better. Detroit.
You're proving my point.
Milwaukee, but every team I'm going. This Milwaukee was the team that's supposed to go to the World Series this year, as everybody said.
Yeah.
Now this surprises me. Colorado Rockies is 19th out of 30 teams. Out of 30 teams, Colorado Rockies 19. And they have what's the worst record?
Yeah.
But if you look at it, the drop off comes at 14 through 15, where Arizona is the last team that spends over $100 million. Then you got Seattle at 92, Kansas City at 93, Detroit at 77, Milwaukee at 69. But look how well Milwaukee did. So
how much? So what's the difference between the Yankees? And who was the last team?
What you mean? Last team where?
The last team ranked.
The Yankees in Washington.
Okay.
Washington spent $48 million.
And the Yankees spent how much?
And the Yankees spent $212 million.
Exactly my point. If you put in the salary cap, it evens the playing field.
I'm not saying it doesn't. But then it evens.
It's going to bust the Dodgers up is what's going to happen.
No. What it does, it evens the playing field. But does it? But how it evens the playing field money wise. Mm-hmm. But if you draft well, it's not going to really matter, right? Because now you have a salary. No, but that's what I'm saying. I think the Dodgers draft well. I think the Yankees draft well. I think Phillies do an excellent job drafting, right? So if you draft well and you got a salary cap, now you know how to put the money together to keep these young guys on your team. So again, somebody got something to say?
Yeah, let me say something about this.
Go ahead.
The reason that the Yankees want a salary cap is they're tired of paying luxury tax.
They saving money. They making money.
It also distributes the amount of players that everybody has, so the Dodgers can't just keep buying everyone.
So let me ask you.
It also benefits the people who actually, like you're saying, it benefits the people who draft well.
So let me ask you.
But it does not give you the benefit of drafting well because you can't keep everyone.
So let me ask you this question. Right. Do you think the Yankees want a salary cap now because they haven't won a World Series in so long? Do you think that might be the reason why?
No.
Because Steinbrenner came out.
He doesn't care about winning.
Mel came out and said we need. He said, "Go ahead, Rich.
I think that the Yankees are supporting the salary cap because the Yankees want to make more money. And pay less.
Exactly. It's all about money. He doesn't care about money.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Oh, so he's like,
it's gonna make the Dodgers come back to them.
So he's like Jerry Jones.
Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds pay more.
So he's like Jerry
Jones.
Jones.
There's going to be more revenue sharing. So it's more money in the Yankees' pocket.
Well, the biggest issue is that the small market teams don't have the advertising that everybody else have. Like, I don't know, like Washington, they got a channel. They got their own channel. I don't know if all baseball teams have their own channel to watch baseball.
Yeah.
Right. So that's one of the biggest issues right there. Now, if the league want to come back and say, look, we will share some of our money with you to get you a network that you can play that you can make money off of, then that should be fine.
Yes, the network pays the Yankees, but the Yankees have to put that into revenue sharing. That's why they're so mad at all the small market teams, because they're paying the small market teams and subsidizing them with their luxury tax and also the money that they're making off the network.
So so you're saying they already share the network, they already share the money from the network with the other league, with other teams in the league.
Yes.
They have to.
They have to.
Okay.
But with a salary cap, it wouldn't have to be part. They could renegotiate all of that.
Okay. Well, I know Curry really wanted that to happen, and it's going to be up for negotiations this winter league. It's going to be really interesting about that. It's going to be really interesting about this robot in the strike zone, because strike zone going to be the strike zone. No matter what you say, it ain't no up down in the middle. It's going to be right. It's going to be in the square. Got to be in the square. It's going to be a strike. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if that passes through, and if the salary cap passes through. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how the thing turns out in January. All right, next up again, guys. High school football. All right, I'm gonna congratulate the Harrisburg Cougars for making it to the semifinals to get to the states. They lost 40. I think it was 42. 42. What was the final score, Rich?
37-14.
37-14. Yes. And Rich pulled something up for me, and I know you guys don't really get into high school football like I do, but I just want to share something with you guys about how, and this is not. I'm gonna say this, and Rich can testify to this. For our high school, when it comes to football, basketball, whatever, we play whoever's in front of us. We don't complain. We don't cry. We just go out and play. So the best team wins, right? But what's going on in the state of Pennsylvania is you have Bishop Guilfoyle, or whatever you
Guilfoyle.
how you name it. Guilford. They're a recruiting school. I don't know if Twin Valley is not. Is Twin Valley a public school?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Twin Valley is a public school at 4A. At 2A, Farwell and Southern Columbia. Southern Columbia definitely recruits. 5A, you got Bishop McDevitt and Roman Catholic. They both recruit, right? Then you have Avon Worth and Northwestern Lee. I have no idea who they are, where they came from. They're 3A. And then we have Pittsburgh Central Catholic versus LaSalle College. Both of those teams recruit, right? And some people are getting sick and tired of this going on because public schools never get the recognition that they deserve. But at the end of the day, you play who you play. But at the same token, and I'm not saying this to justify for Harrisburg Cougars, because we won 5 district titles in a row, right? So I'm proud. I'm really proud of that. We were 13-1 this year. I'm proud of that. Were there some games where some question marks could have been made, or some games where I was like, man, I don't know if the team gonna get this far. There's always question mark, but at the end, they played some of the best football I've seen them play all year long. But you're getting a lot of people complaining about why public schools don't have a championship, why private schools don't have a championship, and why Catholic schools don't have a championship. And then at least you get to be the state title winner at one point level. Now, if you want to combine them, to play each other, then so be it. But at least you can say that I was a state championship. I'm the state champion for public schools. I'm a state championship for private schools. I'm a championship for Catholic schools. So I know we have it in every state right now that goes on. And St. Joseph Prep is a team that has won the state title numerous times in the state of Pennsylvania. They recruit all over the country. The year we played them, the quarterback lived in New Jersey but went to school in Philadelphia. Tell me how that makes sense, right? Marvin Harrison went there. Porter went there. The tight end for the Falcons went there. There's other guys that went there that's in the pros right now, right? In Little Harrisburg, we have one person in the pros right now, which is Michael Parsons, who is right now the highest paid player in the NFL, right? But I see a future of we having a lot more kids getting to the pros. But my thing is this right here. If you're gonna make it fair for everybody across the board. Now, people gonna tell me that Harrisburg recruits, and I'm gonna say this. There's a rule now that if a person comes to your school to play a certain sport, they can't play in the playoffs. They have to leave. They have to go to your school because of financial issues or a home issue where their parents moved or they have some issues going in their home where they can't just survive, right? But if you make it about sports, then you can only play during the season, not in the playoffs, right? LaSalle has a kid on the team right now that's in that situation where he couldn't play in the playoffs, but LaSalle made it to they made it to the finals. But again, we have it in every state. We have it down in Baltimore. We have it in North Carolina. We have it in Florida. We have it all over. And if you guys go and look at Max Prep, I guarantee you, the top 20 teams are all Catholic schools or prep schools that are winning state titles. You very seldom see a public school that's winning because it's a public school. They don't. If you look at Harrisburg High, and then you go look at McDevitt. McDevitt looks like a junior college. It looks just like a junior college, right? We have beat them the last 2 years.
We jump on them too.
Yeah, we have beat them the last 2 years, but it was a struggle. It was a struggle. This year we pretty much handled them. Last year we went in overtime and we won, but like they'll come and recruit our kids to go to McDevitt. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things that happens, and it's something that you have to deal with. But hopefully they will get this thing straight all over, because again, you got parents who are upset. The players don't really care. They play whoever. They'll play whoever, but they need to fix this. You know, it needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed soon, because you got to give these guys their flowers while they out here busting their butts playing football. And I mean, it's, you know, I congratulate Harrisburg for a great season, 13-1. That's a great season. We've never went this far with no losses, and that's even when we had Micah Parsons here. We didn't. We lost in the first round of districts, I think it was, or second round of districts. But again, that's what's going on in every state of the United States when it comes to high school football. It's really big all over. They want to tell you it's big in Texas. It's big everywhere. The offensive line, defensive line for the team we played Saturday night, the average size is 6'4", 2 something. That's a college team. That's college players. The offensive lineman and their defensive lineman, all of them got a Division I college scholarship. Gosh, they had 13 players that went to Division I. We have 1, 2, 3, maybe we got 4, maybe. We got one going to Rutgers. We have one going to Virginia Tech. We got one going to West Virginia. That's 3, I think it is. And there might be a couple others that may go up, may sign this weekend. I mean, this week coming up. So I just want to put that out there when it comes to this football thing, high school football. So Lane Kiffin, do you guys see the contract he got? I take that as
what's that? What you said? What you said?
Lane Kiffin's contract. Anybody see that contract?
I didn't see it. I don't know what's on it. I don't know what's on it.
No, didn't see it.
Okay, he got $91 million for 7 years.
For how many years?
7 years. Guaranteed for $84 million, and it says without no set clause. So he gets incentives if LSU goes to win a national championship. I told y'all that he was leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I said last week he was leaving. Now, I don't know if you guys know the whole story, right? So Saturday, he's supposed to tell him what he was going to do. He threatened Ole Miss. He said, let me leave on my own, and let's not make an argument about this, or I'll take every coach I got to LSU with me. They couldn't afford that. But now everybody's mad at him for what he did. Everybody's mad. But Why are you mad? Now,
Yeah, so
now this is the thing about it is, if you guys read the article, LSU governor got involved in this whole thing. So I wonder how much money he fronted. How much money did he front Kifflin to come to LSU? Because I'm guarantee you some of that money came out of his pocket. 91 million. He's the highest paid coach right now. So it's all about recruiting now. He don't have the money to. Go ahead, Rich.
I wasn't really gonna say anything. I think it's unfair to Ole Miss though, but it is what it is.
Why do you think it's unfair to Ole Miss?
I mean, cause like he's not in the building right now. Like you couldn't do this after the championship game. They in the playoff. If y'all make the play or if y'all make the championship game and win or lose or whatever, then you announce it. You don't put that out there in the middle, right before the playoff is about to start.
But
Like
let me
it's
tell you
unfair
this
to
though.
them boys.
Ole Miss told him he needed to make a decision on Saturday.
I mean, and he did. But they didn't have to announce it.
They made, but see, they wasn't gonna allow him to coach that team.
Exactly.
If they knew he's leaving. If he's leaving. So what they should have did was look, coach the team to the end and then go ahead and leave if you want to leave.
No.
Now the defensive coordinator, is going to be the head coach right now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mo.
They couldn't because of the way that the rules are set up.
Yeah.
As soon as the season is over, the portal opens.
I thought the portal don't open. I thought the portal doesn't open to. I thought
new team.
I thought
you don't want him playing with your team, taking players from your team, still talking to them, still trying to get them to go with him, while also recruiting other players to go to his team, not to your team, because you don't have a coach in place to recruit for your team.
Mo, I thought the portal don't open till after the bowl games are over with.
No,
I thought they changed it from last year.
Opened early. They changed it.
I thought they changed it after the bowl games.
Yeah, that's why that's why guys have to, before they play a bowl game, sometimes they have to decide they're going to go in the portal. It's messed up. The system is messed up. The portal should open after the last bowl game.
I agree. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that. Go ahead,
this
Mo.
is where they need to consult the NFL. Now money is involved. So you need the trade deadlines and all of that stuff. Transfer portal. Like you need to have this ironclad so that it doesn't affect everybody adversely. And like right now, he's leaving. He's taking his coaching staff. He's taking some players. He's like, you can't leave him in the building. You can't. He take the janitor. Come on, you with us.
All right, so Curry, let me ask you a question. If you could fix this program, if you could fix this system, how would you fix it so that this situation doesn't happen again in college football?
Well, I don't know that it's broken because I think these guys should be free to go wherever they want to go, but don't scrutinize the players when they decide that they want to jump ship and go from school to school, because as soon as the player goes and depletes another team, the first thing that people say is, this transfer portal is messing up college football. It's messing up college basketball. It's no different from when a coach up and leaves. So if you're going to fix it, tell the coach if he's going to leave, he needs to sit out a year. If the player leaves, he got to sit out a year.
Okay. And I kind of get that, but we know that's not going to happen because this is all about money. And at first,
that's why I say it ain't totally broken.
And at first, when they had the portal open, what it was basically happening was you had players leaving because they couldn't compete with the player that was in front of them. So they would go somewhere else and play. Then when you got the money involved, now money's more prevalent than anything else. Who's gonna give me the biggest bag is where I'm gonna go play football at. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay. And like for example, with Penn State, when they lost to Notre Dame in the national championship game, right? Everybody thought Penn State was gonna come back and be really good this year, right? But every wide receiver on that team went in the transfer portal last year. So that had to tell you that if you were that close to winning a game to go to play Ohio State in the national championship game, why would you leave? Now, were they giving more money? Did they go to a team that they felt like would have a better chance against the national championship? After you gave James Franklin everything he wanted, whoever he wanted, they spent the money to bring in the players they brought in. They brought a wide receiver from Syracuse, I think USC and somewhere else, Tennessee or somewhere else, and it didn't help matters at all because that's a running back program they have. So he has to go out and recruit wide receivers, which I don't know if he knew they all was going to leave, but he had to jump on a plane. I mean, he had to jump somewhere and get guys to come there and play. Now, were they the best wide receivers he could have brought into the building? Probably not. Because when the game was over with, those dudes were in the portal already. They were out. They were gone. They pew. They pew. They got on the plane and left equipment on the plane and signed that portal paperwork and got that little bag and went somewhere else and played football, right? So I think that's probably would probably be the biggest issue is the money aspect of how you're gonna do this, and with the abundance of money that LSU has, the alumni that LSU has, they're not far from being a top. They should not be far from not being a top 5 team next year, going to next season. And the schedule is kind of tough, right? They got some away games that's going to be kind of tough. We don't know if the quarterback's going to stay, if the quarterback's going to go. He's supposed to be leaving to go to the pros. That's a big key of what they were talking about and stuff like that. But we'll see how this thing works. But $91 million to coach college football, man, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
And I don't think they brought him in there just to be no top 5 team. I think they brought him in there to win a championship.
Well, yeah.
I don't know that Lane Kiffin's going to win a championship at LSU because where has he won a championship at anywhere else? And he don't stay anywhere long. I mean, he went from Tennessee to they jumped ship on them, went to USC, got out there and had a bad team out there, and then they basically fired him on the tarmac at the airport, pulled him off the bus, told him you can't go back with the team, and I don't know that LSU haven't overspent on that.
Well, I'm gonna say this: when it comes to NIL money, they're in the top 5 in NIL money, so they're gonna get him whatever he wants. They're gonna give whoever he wants him to get and give him the bag to come there and play. The problem is, the thing about it is that they have the heart to get out there and play the game. Because, come on, guys, we see it in the pros. Once you become when you play in that one, when you have that last year of being a free agent, you go out there and you bust your butt to get that paycheck. Once you get that paycheck, your play subsides a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You don't play as hard.
Well, if you're going on Lane Kiffin's name, why didn't they follow him to Ole Miss?
I don't think Ole Miss money was long. I know Ole Miss is like in the top. I think they're in the top 15 money wise. But
well, they're like what 10 and 1 or something right now. So
yeah,
whatever. I mean, they're not far off the beaten path now. So
no, they're not.
Why couldn't they just come up with more money to go out and get some better players?
I don't think
that's the way you're gonna survive. Is you're gonna have to get the players.
Right, but
that doesn't mean LSU is gonna get players just because Lane Kiffin came and signed a $91 million contract.
No, but what I'm saying though is that they have the NIL money to go out there and get the players that he wants. So, and so that's where, like for example, Penn State, they went out there and gave these guys this money that James Franklin said, y'all want this guy, I want that guy, I want this guy, I want this guy. Go get this guy. They gave him the bag, and they came there, and they gave him the bag because they like, okay, we gave you what you want. If you really listen to how they talk, we gave him everything he asked for, and he still fell through, right? So that's what the issue.
But it ain't always about the NIL money. I think the NIL money is what we all look at, but what we don't look at is some of these private people that gives these players money too. Like you might have a big Chevrolet dealership, or say, hey, you come and play at this school, and we're gonna give you a new car. We're gonna give your mom a new car. We're gonna give your dad a new car. The NIL don't even affect that.
True.
So, so there's money coming in from other places that that the NIL don't even touch.
Right. I don't
know if you remember or not. But back before all the NIL and all that stuff became legal, if you look at the Miami Hurricanes back in the 2001, that team that they formed together, that team was not built through just on recruit.
Oh,
there was a guy named Nevin Shapiro, I think his name was. Look him up, and that guy was pumping money into these players, and these players were walking around with Rolex watches and all that stuff. That's how they were getting players. It was illegal, but they were doing it. So now it's legal, so people like Nevin Shapiro can legally give these guys money, and it don't even affect the NIL. So the NIL is just a front now.
Oh, it's the legal aspect of it. That's the problem. That it's the legal way to do it now compared to what it was before. Because Michael Irvin, he even said that he didn't want no money for. He just wanted them to take. He wanted his mom and dad to have a car or something of that nature. He didn't need no car because he figured his roommates were taking wherever he wanted to go, and things of that nature. When they talk about the bag got dropped off in my house and I don't know how the bag got there, that was recruiting. I mean, Alabama was known for it, but now that it's legal, Nick Saban jumps ship, right? And then he wants to complain about it. But you was one of the biggest ones that was doing it illegally. You know what I'm saying? You were the one giving out the bag to certain players because that's what everybody was going to Alabama, right? You had guys that was on the bench that could be starting somewhere else, but they get in the bag. And now that it became legal, now you say, well, I don't want to do with this no more. Because everybody's caught up with you now.
Well, I don't think the NIL messed up Alabama as much as the transfer portal did. Because if you think about it, there was guys that would stay at Alabama for years. They were just waiting their turn.
Exactly.
They didn't rebuild. They just reloaded. They always had somebody ready to take that guy's place. Like when the quarterback left, they had another quarterback ready to go. When Tua left, they had Mac Jones. You know what I'm saying? So the transfer portal messed them up more so than the NIL because they could have still spent the money. If they were spending the money under the table, to goodness, they could have spent the money on top of the table.
And you know what else was a big factor too is now that all the conferences have a TV contract, so that means you don't have to go like that's one of the things they said. Okay, you can go to Alabama, right? And play there and sit and wait, but you can come here to North Carolina and you're on TV, right? Playing in front of your family, your friends, the whole 9 yards. They don't have to do nothing but turn the TV on and they'll see you playing. So I think that was one of the big. That's a big thing that hurt Alabama as well. Is that now everybody can see everybody on TV now. You can watch guys from the West Coast playing, where before they would come east to go to Alabama and wait their turn because now they get to be seen on television every Saturday. Now they can be seen every Saturday and they ain't gotta go far. I think that was one of the
that's not I don't think that's a bigger factor either because if you watch a Duke game or North Carolina game or Michigan, Kansas, look behind that bench. Those are family members back there.
Oh yeah.
Those players. You ain't gotta watch that game on TV. We'll bring you right in here and bring you courtside because That's going to be part of the promise that we're going to make you, that we'll let your mom, your dad come and watch these games. You think these people could afford to buy those seats courtside behind the bench?
But I'm just saying, back in the day, I'm talking about back in the day when it came to Alabama, why Alabama was so prevalent during that time period is because now.
But like I'm saying, Alabama could bring up the mom and dad to the game. You come on down here. We'll bring you down here. We're going to put you up in one of the finest hotels down there. Put you down there in the Ritz-Carlton.
Okay. So
no, a good word they used to stand. No, a good word they used to stand at the Marriott.
At the what's the one they say they keep the light on? At the Motel 6, we keep the light on. Yeah, they were staying there. All right, guys, look. This is the top 12 teams right now, pending championship series games. Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, Oregon, Texas Tech, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Alabama, BYU, and Miami. The top 12. Do you feel that is there a team in there that you think that shouldn't be in there, or is there a team that you think that should be in there that's not in there? Mo, what's your thoughts on that?
I have no idea, man. I ain't been paying attention to college football.
Well, I don't know why you haven't. I mean, Pittsburgh ain't been doing too well the last couple of weeks. Oh, did I say that? I'm sorry.
Pittsburgh Pirates? Pittsburgh Panthers?
I ain't mean to say that.
I'm an NC State fan, man.
Rich, just because you're an NC State fan doesn't mean you don't watch other football. Stop that, man. You need to stop that.
Yeah, it does.
Rich.
I only watch NC State and UVA.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man.
UVA got a chance to make it in.
I thought they're I know. Oh no,
Miami's
right
out. Miami's out.
You think Miami's out? Who thinks it?
Oh, they out.
Who you think's it?
Miami's out.
Virginia.
You think Virginia going to leapfrog them?
Yeah. If they beat SMU in the ACC championship, Miami's out.
Yeah, it could be Duke. I mean, Duke could beat Virginia.
I find out. I don't know about that one.
I think it's going to be whoever the ACC champion is. They're going to get in.
Well, I don't think SMU gets in regardless. Like even if they win, I think they're like 6-6 or something.
That would be Miami's best hope.
Yeah, they need. I think.
So they need.
I still don't think they get
SMU needs to beat Virginia. Because Virginia's at they're 10-2 and they're 16th. So let's look at this. So we agree. We all agree that Miami is a team that shouldn't be there, and we think that Virginia should be in 12, right? Virginia is 10-2.
No, I don't agree that Miami shouldn't be there. I'm joking, but go ahead.
Okay, so we look at the losses Virginia. They lost to NC State 35-31. I think that half the team was probably hurt when they lost to NC State.
No, they weren't.
And then they lost to Wake Forest 16-9. But they didn't. And see, this is where
NC State was not an ACC game, though.
So
that's why it doesn't count for the ACC ranking.
So they played Duke. Duke is 6-2, 7-5. I don't see them losing to Duke. Okay, so if we look at the strength of schedule, Virginia only played one team with a that's ranked with Florida State. They beat them 46-48. That was week 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Week 5, right? They barely got by North Carolina. They beat California. Wake Forest, they lost them 69. They beat Duke 34-17. They beat Virginia Tech 27-7. Okay, so now we go back and look at, and I'm gonna say this. I think Miami. I'm gonna tell you why I think Miami gets in before Virginia does, because they have followers. They have followers that will go follow them. Okay, they beat Notre Dame, was number 6. They beat Southern Florida was 18. They beat Florida State with 18. Those are 3 teams they beat Pitt 38-7. That Pitt game was convincing. That was a convincing game up in Pittsburgh. That was crazy right there. So do the ACC does it have
a build a case for Miami versus Notre Dame? Miami beat Notre Dame head to head. That should mean something. But Miami had 2 bad losses, and where Notre Dame they lost to to ranked teams, and that makes a difference right there.
Right.
But if you look at it and say, well, we beat you head to head, so you can build a case for both teams. Really.
Right. So the ACC doesn't have a championship game?
Yeah, they got one. I'm sorry, they don't play SMU. They play Duke.
So okay, so
Virginia plays Duke.
So the ACC championship game would be Virginia against Miami, right?
Duke.
Why is that? When I'm looking at the standings, they got them all together. They don't have them separated.
Because Duke has conference wins.
Who won the conference wins? So Duke is.
What are they?
Duke is
6-1.
6-1. Duke is 6-2. Conference. Let me see. Home and away. They're 3-3. Away they're 4-2. But it don't show what the conference is.
I think they got.
Let me look at something here real quick.
All right, here we go. Duke is ahead of Miami because of this scenario. They won a 5-way tiebreaker based on combined conference opponents' win percentage of the tied teams. While Miami had a strong record, Duke's conference opponents had a higher collective winning percentage, which is the tiebreaker, the rule the ACC uses.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. So, and now Virginia,
it's the rule though, man.
Right.
Change the rule for the team.
But I'm just saying, if you look at this, they're 8 and Duke is what 8 and. What are they? I just had it up here. Duke is 6-2 overall, right? 7-5 overall. And Miami is 10-2 overall. What they did that? So I'm gonna say this. So if Miami doesn't get in, this is what should happen. They need to have is that Dana on the line?
Yes, sir.
All right. Welcome back. Dana's back.
I'm back.
Okay. I think we lost.
And your Rams let me down yesterday.
They only did let you down. They let me down. But we can't win them all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's understandable. We got to make it look good for San Francisco and Seattle, who think they might have an opportunity of getting in there.
Yeah, see, back to what you were saying though, Duke's advantage is Duke's opponents in the ACC had a better combined winning percentage than Miami's opponents
did. Okay,
giving Duke that tiebreaker. So, and that goes back to what you've been preaching all along, but now you going back on your word.
No.
The schedule should mean something.
Yeah, I think
that's how Duke is ahead of Miami.
I'm looking at the schedule right now.
Don't change it now.
No. I'm not changing now. I'm looking at the schedule right now. They lost to Illinois, who were 11th, and they lost to Virginia, that was 19th, right? So they lost to 2 teams that was ranked, and I agree with the strength of schedule. But I'm gonna say this right here: that they need to have two divisions because they're all in one division. They need to have two divisions, and then that makes that
They
then
used to have two
then it
divisions. Well, it used to be that way, and they changed.
yeah, they changed. It's not like that no more.
They used to have the coastal and the Atlantic.
Yeah, they changed it, so it's not like that no more. So you had all of them. So I'm just saying because of Duke having the strongest strength of schedule, 6-2 and overall 7-5, playing Virginia for the ACC championship really doesn't make sense because you got a team you got SMU that's 8-4, you got Miami's 8-2. I mean 10-2, right? And Miami and Virginia's the two ranked teams. So and we were saying that Dana, that we think that that Miami is on the bubble for getting in to the playoffs because they won't play that extra game for the ACC championship. So we looking at who's in and who's out, and Miami's number 12. BYU, who do BYU play, or they don't have a championship team?
They play a championship game. Yeah, they play Texas championship game.
Hey, David Shepard, I'm gonna get with you in a minute right here. You said the Rams got exposed. That's going to see what the other teams need to do to beat them. If you can run on them, you can beat the Rams. I got something for you when we get to the NFL. I got something for you. So remember that the team I said North Texas. Remember we talked about North Texas?
They bought.
They'll probably they're gonna get in the playoffs, guys. They're gonna get in the playoffs. They're 20th. They're 11-1. James Madison 11-1. Well, James Madison coach just left and went somewhere else. Where did he go? He went to UCLA.
He went to UCLA.
Yeah. Chip Kelly might be going to Kentucky. I'm hearing. Now this is something right here we needed to pay attention to, right? Is the Penn State job. Every coach that they thought they were gonna get got a new payday. Penn State getting everybody paid right now. They get everybody paid. So these are the guys that are out. Kurt Cinetti, Matt Rule, Mike Eklo, Eli Dirkwick, Clark Lee, all of them were once floated as serious options, no more. Highly unlikely to leave current job, Marcus Freeman, Notre Dame, Caleb DeBoer, Alabama. Long shots are Lane Kiffin and Brian Hartland. We know that Lane Kiffin's not going in no more. The rising contenders will be Brian Daboll. Where we hear that name from before? My man, right? And Lincoln Riley. They said Lincoln Riley could be the next head coach for the those are coaches right now for Penn State, and Terry Smith, who's been assistant coach forever down there. I won't have a football. I'm not like none of those guys, so I just won't have a college football team. I root for Notre Dame from afar. It'd be about that right there. Anybody else?
You think your team because of Coach, man? You're not really loyal to your team.
No. The reason why
jump them teams and then you gonna get them because of their coach.
The reason why I'm leaving Penn State, right, is because they don't change what they do. If you watch Penn State play this whole season, the first half, it looked like Joe Paterno's coaching this team.
But how long you been a Penn State fan?
Oh, since
2 years?
What's the guy's name that won the Heisman Trophy? John Cappelletti.
More than 20 years?
Oh yeah, John Cappelletti. I've been a fan since that. I've been a fan that long. But what I'm saying
then,
is
then
nothing.
You should stick with that.
Nothing.
I'm
But
saying.
nothing.
You just don't up and
But nothing.
If I was just a team because coach or whatever, man, I'd probably had about 18 teams like you guys.
It's not coach. It's not coaching. It's not coaching. It's the concept of the coach. Because if you bring James Franklin in there, never change anything on that team. That I'm telling you, if you watch Penn State this year, in the games they played at the beginning of the year, they look like Joe Paterno coaching staff. The second half.
Yeah, you basing all that on 1 year?
No. I'm talking about this since he's been there. Since James Franklin been there, and he doesn't care about bowl games either. They just get the bowl games. If they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. But from a fan's point of view, they want to win the bowl game, right? But again, you gave James Franklin everything he asked for, and you still didn't get it done. You have two running backs that could average 1,000 yards a season, right? And still didn't get it done. The games that they lost, the 3 games they lost, when they lost to Oregon, Northwestern, and who else was it? Ohio State. The leading rusher was the quarterback. But they were in the games at some point in time, right? So that's
my point is that ain't no reason to give up on
no, but
team,
let me
sticking through the thin.
Let me finish. If you don't change up what you're doing, you're never going to win. And Penn State needs they need to come up.
My team ain't won nothing in 50 years.
They need
I'm gonna give up on.
They need to, but see, Penn State is expected to win, right? They're one of the teams that's expected to win. But when you get when the alumni give you everything that you want, as far as coaches and the players, and you still don't get it done because you don't want to change up what you're doing.
Do you think they've been the better team over the last 5 years?
This team right here?
Yes.
No. The team.
Has it been the second best team over the last 5 years?
No. If I had,
why are they so expected to win with a team that don't have the horses?
So this is the whole thing with Penn State. So they can't beat Michigan, and they can't beat Ohio State. They can't beat no team. They have not beat a team in the top 10 and God knows how long. Right? That's number one. Okay? So you can't win the big games. So when they extend the playoffs out to 10 teams, now James Franklin saying, "Yo, we lose 2 games, we still should get in the playoffs." And it's any man's game at that point in time. It's one game at a time. But last year they in the playoffs, take the game in overtime, but the quarterback throws the interception. So they thinking, okay, well, we one play away from playing for the national championship. Only thing we gotta do is build on what we gotta build on. But again, I said to you earlier that that every wide receiver that was on Penn State left and went in the portal. But it's so something had to be wrong there. And what I'm saying to you is that this year, when they was losing to Oregon, and the quarterback started running the football because he don't run, that got them back into the game. So you would think to yourself, okay, well, maybe we need to go out and recruit a quarterback that can run the ball, can play action, run the ball, right? So now somebody got to keep an eye on him. Where you keep having a pocket passing quarterback, right? That's not working in college no more. That's just not working. So I'm just saying they haven't changed they have not changed the concept of how they play football. Now with Terry, like I watched the game against Rutgers with Terry Smith, right? That was a whole different offense, totally whole different offense. Now Rutgers is not that bad, right? Because whoever won the game was a bowl eligible, right? But they did some things that they normally wouldn't do. And I don't know who changed. I don't know if it's Terry Smith calling the plays or the offensive coordinator calling the plays. But what they did was they didn't go with the 2 back. They went 1 back. The number 10, I can't think of his name right now, but he carried the ball more than anybody else. He was a bell cow, right? They used the tight end a little bit more than they was using them because they was throwing to the wide receivers. There were games where the wide receivers at the beginning of the season, there were games where the wide receivers didn't even get a ball thrown to them. They were throwing to the tight end. So why you pay all that money for these wide receivers and you don't throw to them? And even being 3-0 or 4-0, those games wasn't cakewalks. They had a struggle. So the concept is not they haven't changed the concept of how they play. That's why I can't take that no more, because they need to move to 2026. Get them a quarterback that can roll out, can run the football, that can make the defense play him honestly, where he's not a pocket passing quarterback, and they will probably do better. I'm just saying. So it's been a build up for years about Penn State. I mean, I was talking about leaving them last year because they hadn't been a top 10 team, other than they beat Ohio State one year with a block punt for a touchdown and kicked a field goal at the end to win the game. Other than that, they have not won. They have not beat a top 10 team. So I can't. That he had to go. He had to go. So, where we have time? 7:11. All right. I think we lost. I think Mo left because he had to do something. Anybody else got anything about college football they want to talk about?
They robbing my cane. You got to explain to me how Duke got us out of the ACC championship game.
Well, they just told you
that makes sense.
They had their strength of schedule got them in there. That's why they need to have two conferences. That if they do two conferences,
so record don't mean nothing. Record doesn't mean nothing, huh? Record is better.
It is, but like Curry said, their strength of schedule is the reason why they're playing in a championship game. But if you had two conferences and Virginia's in one and Miami's in another, then that doesn't come to play. And that's the argument that Miami can come up with and say, hey, we're 10-2. Okay, we know about the schedule, but then again, like I said early in the season, Curry, get those cupcake teams off your schedule, play somebody that's for real, and if you win, you're good. If you lose early in the season, then you can make it up at the end. That's why I think that they need to get rid of.
Well, every team has a cupcake schedule.
Yeah, they need to get off. They need
cupcakes on their schedule. But it's not like every team plays top-ranked team.
No, they don't. But
they all got a team. Every team, all your good teams, you name every top 25, they all gonna play a team that nobody.
Right, I don't disagree with you on that. But what I'm saying, this year we saw what Notre Dame played. They played Miami, lost 27-24. Turned around, played Texas, 41-40. Two top 10 teams. Then they beat USC, which was ranked. You look at Texas A&M, they go to Ohio State and plays, loses that game, right? But now they're still in the top 10. So if you play a team that's ranked at the beginning of the year, that helps your schedule out as far as the situation that Miami's in. That helps you better than to have cupcakes on your team. And I'm looking at Penn State schedule, they got 4 cupcakes schedules coming up, and I'm telling you right now, it's gonna kill them at the end. It's gonna kill them because that's when the strength of schedule is gonna play a part. But then if they move it to 16 games, then it's not gonna really matter because look, now you worded it. Let me ask you guys a question. Do any of y'all agree? Do anybody agree with them being 16 teams in the playoffs next year?
I agree.
It's been much.
Curry, what's your thoughts?
No, it's enough. It's enough. Just like the NCAA basketball, you keep adding all these teams. There used to be 32 teams, 64 teams. Then it went from 64 teams. Then you got an extra 4 play-in games. It's just too many. You know, you're getting teams in there that they don't have a chance to win nothing, but they in it.
So let me ask you. So, Rich, what's your thoughts?
I'm with it. You know, there's 1,000.
So is it because Florida State will have a better chance of getting in the playoffs?
No.
Or you? No. Okay. So
Florida State is a disaster.
Ain't that your team though?
I don't really watch college football. I don't. I start the season like I'm going to, and then by mid-season, I'm like, whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I think this is one of the
well,
better.
That's just hey, Kevin. Look at it like this. Look at said, like adding more teams, all you're doing is eliminating some bowl games, and you're getting teams in there that probably would normally be in the Tangerine Bowl or the Citrus Bowl or whatever them bowls is. So you're just saying, hey, now you come and play in this tournament. But all you're doing is you just weakening the rest of the bowls because them guys ain't gonna be playing in them. If them guys got a shot at going to the pros, they ain't playing in them second-rate bowls.
So the ACC has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They have 11 teams going to bowl games. Out of that, you have Virginia, who could be in the playoffs, and Miami could be in the playoffs. Everybody else not. In American Conference League, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got 8 with the Army being one of the teams going to the bowl game. You got one team going to the maybe be in the playoffs. That's North Texas. The Big Ten has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 teams going to the bowl game. Now I'm gonna say this: I don't care. 6 and 5 is 500. You over 500, you shouldn't be in no bowl game. You got to be at least 7 and 5. 7 and 5. You can't be 6 and 5. Man, that's 6. Well, come on, man. That's
it's about college dollars and advertisement.
That's this is what I'm saying. But 6 and 5, come on, man.
It's about college. It's about that free advertisement and college money. Like this is how these teams are funding their sports programs.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Like all those bowls, every bowl that's out there is sponsored by some company that's paying the money.
I get it, man, but man, that's 11 teams. Come on, man. How many teams they they probably got what? They got what? Let me look at this. This is crazy right now.
48%.
48%. You have in the Big Ten. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 teams, and 11 of them going to a bowl game. That's bananas, man. That's bananas.
Let me make another case against Miami Hurricanes. I know that they didn't want to hear this, but look at you talk about strength of schedule.
Mm-hmm.
All right, do you think South Florida is a top-ranked team?
South Florida?
What about Bethune-Cookman?
Not Bethune-Cookman.
Okay, there you go. Now, listen, here's the case I'm building against Miami. Miami only had 4 road games. They had 8 home games. And
that's like the SEC had home games.
They only left the state of Florida out of those road games 3 times. One time they went down to Florida State. So they actually had 9 games in the state of Florida.
Wow.
You said about Alabama and Georgia too.
Wow.
Yeah, you probably could, but I don't think you could. I'm just saying, Miami didn't play the best teams in their conference. Alabama played Georgia.
So let me see.
You know, they played those South Carolina, those teams. Miami didn't play Clemson.
Alabama played Florida State, University of Louisiana Monroe, Wisconsin. Georgia was ranked. Vanderbilt was ranked. Missouri was ranked. Tennessee was ranked. So they won 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. They won that was ranked. South Carolina, LSU, Oklahoma, they lost to. East Illinois and Auburn was 27-20. And they played Georgia for the title. So if you look at they played no team outside above the equator. Every team other than Wisconsin was that was at home against Wisconsin. So I wonder, is that a home and away with Wisconsin? They may have to go to Wisconsin next year and play them. but it was the early part of the season too if they played them up there. So that's one of the things I would like to see too is teams come up north and play in some cold weather.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. That would be amazing. That would be some amazing football.
Well, bring those up north teams down and let them play in that Florida heat in the. Hey, turnabout's fair play there.
That too. But the thing about it is like if you take like for example,
Well, Miami Hurricane didn't have no problem with the cold last week.
They just dominated that game. It could have snowed.
It was cold though, right?
It wasn't that cold. It was like maybe it might have been
colder than Miami though.
Yeah, it was like 30. It might have been like 37, 38 degrees.
About 60. Would it be fair to say that it was 50 degrees? Would it be safer to say it's 50 degrees colder in Virginia? Than it was in Miami.
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay, there you go.
Well, I'm just saying. I think Miami was just a better team. I watched that game. Miami was the better team. I don't care what that game would have been played at. I don't think Pitt would have had a chance to win. They couldn't stop the run at all.
They don't want that deadly K defense.
But the thing about it is, you have players like the one field goal kicker that went to Florida State. I think that guy never played outside of. He never played above the equator. He always all his games was below the equator. When he got drafted, he didn't do well. I can't think of that guy's name right now. And Rich probably don't remember his name because he said he was a Fairweather fan.
You talking about Janikowski?
No, it's somebody else. I can't think of his name right now.
Who did what?
The field goal kicker that was at Florida State. That state, I think he got drafted. He got drafted second round by Tampa Bay, I think.
When? How long ago?
This is like a couple years ago, I think it was. I can't think of that guy's name.
The kicker?
Yeah. All right. Where we at? Let me see here. I'm trying to move up and get some. Trying to get some questions answered here. Okay, we got 7:30. It was
Roberto Aguayo.
Yes.
Yeah.
He got kicked. He's
Penn
not in the
State
league
targeting
anymore.
BYU coach now. Look, they're all over the place. They are all over the place. All right. Anybody else got anything for college football before we move on?
Okay.
All right, NFL guys. This thing's getting hot and heavy right now in the NFL.
Oh yeah.
Go Dolphins. 10-7.
Dolphins on a winning streak. Dana, they won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
They're trying to save somebody's job. I'm thinking maybe.
Yeah, they're gonna save the job.
So I asked you guys in
I don't think your job was ever in jeopardy.
I don't think so either, Perry.
That's not what y'all was saying at the beginning of the year when they was losing all those games.
No, that's not what I was saying. I told you guys, I said, Stephen Ross has never fired the general manager and the head coach at the same time. He either fired the coach, keep the general manager, or he keep the coach and fire the general manager. He's never fired both of those at the same time. And he's never fired a head coach in the middle of the season.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Do you think he's planning to keep his job?
Yep.
Personally, I think he should be gone. But I'm not going to be surprised if they bring him back, because one, all the words and talk is that he's kind of tied to Tua, and Tua's under contract with them next year, so they feel like next year is going to be Tua's last year regardless in Miami. So, but see, I don't buy into that because that means he going to have another bad year. Then what? We've already seen the best of Mike McDaniel.
So let me
go ahead and turn him out.
So let me ask you a question because I know
now, unless he somehow get that team in the playoffs, then yeah, I say he needs to go.
Is Tua's not on his last year of his contract, right? Next year would be his next year is his last year on the contract, correct?
He'll be there next year.
Okay.
He'll be there next year.
Okay. So what is
2026.
So what is he gonna get paid next year? Because I know they were saying that they don't know if they're gonna get the analysts are saying that they would go and move on for Tua because of the money that they gotta give up for him next year. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what the base salary is going to be on it, but they can get themselves out of it in the following year. But if it was me, I would just go ahead and bite the bullet now and just go ahead and and be looking for me a quarterback for 2026. I'd be doing just like Denver did with Russ.
Okay.
And say, hey man, we messed up, but we're gonna move on.
So Dana's saying that Dana think they're gonna go 10-7. So let's look at you're at the Jets. Oh, that's a cold weather game. Okay. Then you got to play at Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh, and that's another cold.
You got Cincinnati at home.
They're gonna be Pittsburgh in the cold too.
And you got the Buccaneers, and you're at the Patriots.
Yep.
That last game probably ain't gonna mean nothing because I don't think. Well, Denver's right there. Denver's right there too. So every game is gonna be a meaningful game for the Patriots. Actually, if Denver can stay pat with them as far as
Giants winning tonight.
I think they are too. And I told the guys last week that I don't know if y'all remember, but Drake May, when you're just seeing him at Carolina, he didn't do well in those primetime games. And now hopefully he's grown past that, which much as I hate the Patriots, I still like Drake May because he is a Carolina guy. But primetime games, he just didn't do well.
All right. So let me ask you guys a question. Thanksgiving Day games. How'd y'all feel about them? I was good. It was the first time, and I posted on the page. That's like the first time that I can remember that 3 games meant something on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
Curry, what game were you more impressed with on Thanksgiving Day? The Cowboys game.
Can I use the Black Friday game, that Chicago and Philly game?
Cincinnati game. Detroit game. What game was you most impressed with?
Yeah, I was saying, can I use that Philly and Chicago game?
Yeah, you can use that
Friday.
Yeah, that's fine. We can use that.
That was the one that shocked me.
Yeah, something's not right in Philly. Something's just now.
You know what? I heard him say, and I don't know how true this is, but I heard him say that the quarterback and the wide receiver AJ Brown, they're not seeing eye to eye on a lot of things, and they spending too much time trying to get him the ball instead of sticking with what they've been doing when he wasn't getting very many touches, and they were winning games. They're trying to appease him and sacrificing the good of the team.
Yeah, something's not right. I know they got into the locker room. They had a conversation with each other and they talked about it, but I don't know if that solved the problem. And then again, they did lose. They did lose an offensive tackle or somebody like that. But it looked like that. It looked like that everybody has their number right now. They went out and traded for a defensive back, but they look kind of sluggish, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Something don't look right there. Something's just not. Something's not sitting well. Something's a little shaky.
It's because Jaden Daniels isn't a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield.
Jaden Daniels.
Or I'm sorry, not Jaden Daniels.
Daniels.
Jalen Hurts is not a better quarterback than Baker Mayfield. If Baker was there, they'd be eating right now.
I don't think so, man. I think, but the offense is not built around the pass; it's built around the run, right?
And it should be built around the pass because you have AJ Brown and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert and Saquon Barkley who can catch out the backfield.
But if you're missing two offensive linemen, that makes a big difference. That makes a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? Because if you lost a tackle or two, and we know that the backup tackle ain't as good as the first tackle, because if he was, he'd be playing. There's a big gap there.
So he's getting pressured every time he snaps the ball, because it didn't look like that against Chicago. I mean, I'm just saying. He didn't look like he was getting all this pressure.
But I don't think the offense lost that game for them. I think the defense did more so than the offense.
The defense lost it.
Yeah,
they didn't put up another point. Like the Eagles ain't that tough. I'm thinking against the Cowboys, but they're not that tough. They're not that tough.
Will the Eagles win the division?
No.
Who's gonna win the division? Dallas?
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to win it.
So the Cowboys 6-5-1.
They're very competitive now.
They add the Lions, who their window. I think the Lions' window is closed. Vikings should be a win. The Chargers gonna be a hard out. They 6-5-1. So let's say 7-5-1. They're 6-5-1 right now. So let's say they lose to the Lions, which has more pressure to win than they do. That makes them 6-6-1, 7-6-1, 7.
They're gonna beat the Lions.
8, 9.
They're gonna beat the Chargers.
I don't know about that Chargers. The Cowboys still can't stop the run though. They still can't.
The Cowboys got Quinnen Williams in the middle, and that has changed the entire dynamic of their defensive line. They are getting to the quarterback at this point. So if you can't score with them,
so you think they're gonna win out?
No, I don't think they're gonna win out. I think they lose one more.
Who do you think they lose to?
What was the last final games?
They have the Lions, the Vikings, the Chargers. They got the Chargers at home. They go to Washington and they go to New York.
They probably lose to the Giants the last game of the season. The Eagles. Okay. Who the Eagles got left?
Now I'm going to go to the Eagles. I'm going to go to the Eagles schedule right now. Some people have some questions in the live feed, but I can't pull them up now. I don't know what happened. It's not frozen or anything like that. Eagles have at the Chargers, the Raiders, at the Commanders, at Buffalo, and Washington. So let's say 8-4. They lose 2 more games. Let's say they lose 2 more games. They're 10-6.
They're going to lose to the Raiders. Geno going in there, and they're going to beat them.
Man, why don't you stop, man. You need to stop that nonsense, boy.
My bad. I'm just playing.
You need to stop. So they go to the Chargers. They go. So we already talked about what's harder to go, East Coast or West Coast. So they go on West Coast. So is it harder going West Coast or is it harder coming East Coast?
It's harder coming East.
So
extra Rams.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about that too. So they got the Chargers. They go to the Chargers, and then they got the Raiders that will win. The Commanders are pretty much folded up, even though they look good the other night. that's a loss. So let's give them 2 losses, right? So they end up being 10-6. So the Cowboys would have to they would have to be 10. Now what I say? What I say the Cowboys could be?
They got to win out.
They 6-5. They would have to win out. They would have to win. So the Eagles win. The Eagles probably win that division by half a game because of the tie, right? So I ask you guys if to give me a big time player made big time play game for your team this weekend. Curry, did you watch the Miami Dolphin game?
Sorry about that. Yes, I did.
Okay, what was the play that you saw that was big time?
Probably the A-chain run.
Man, he was smoking. Yo, that dude he could run. He could be on the 440. He could be on the 440 relay team for the Olympics, man.
That boy getting ready to get paid too. They're gonna have to pay him.
Yeah, he looked like he shot out a cannon. I'm like, whoa. Lou, the Jets and the Cowboys. What was the big time play that you saw between those two teams this weekend?
Well, the Jets, of course, with the teaching share by Fox to help us win again. I mean, I know our season is in trash, but there's a way to bring up the losing streak, and we're finally going to win here. Right from the second quarter on, we just took control of the game right then and there, and looking like not contending for a playoff spot here. So the second quarter on, I was completely impressed by the Cowboys.
Okay.
I wasn't so impressed with the Eagles and Bears. I thought it was I don't know more tired than that, but when the Eagles missed the extra point, then that was a downfall right there. But the Bears are the one thing showing, when we were back in the 80s. This is I remember. So it's very impressed with the Bears performance as well, because I think the Eagles had a better shot.
Okay. Rich, for you,
yes,
big time play for the 49ers this weekend. What's your little inbox, your little smart comment on my page?
I mean, he had a bad weekend.
Yeah, it was.
He was just surrounded by L's.
Everybody was losing, but the Celtics.
Yeah.
So what was the big? Go ahead.
The read option. Brock Purdy with the read option. I was tripping off of him. Then he hit the Dougie.
Okay. For me, it was the 43-yard touchdown pass that Shedeur threw to Fanning Jr., the tight end. I think he's making room for David Njoku to find another home. This kid looked like he's special right now. Shedeur looked like it's his job to lose. He played really good football, man. But they saying that Jerry Jeudy is trying to sabotage his play. Which if that's the case, then Judy's out of there next year too. But that to me that was big time play for me. For the Rams was the catch that Puka made, one hand coming down, falling to the ground. That was incredible. If you didn't see that, you need to see that. That it was a couple one hand catches this weekend too, but Puka was nice. It was real nice. So, comment about the Rams, guys. If turnovers would killed us, the pick six didn't really bother me none.
Dana.
Dana?
Thank you, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dana, what go ahead.
My play was Minkah Fitzpatrick.
There you go. I was saving that one for you, Dana.
Yeah,
that was the play of the game.
What'd he do?
I was watching that with a Saints fan. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna take it. I said, "Nah, we got this."
What did he do, Dana? Tell us what he done.
Oh, he intercepted a 2-point conversion and took it all the way back.
Pick two.
Oh.
A pick two, yeah.
Oh, he took it all the way back to get 2 points.
Yeah.
That's probably the
He
play.
took it all the way back.
That's
Yeah.
big time play. Made big time plays in big time games. That was a big time play right there. A pick two to go all the way back for a pick two.
I had bragging right.
A pick two for a pick two. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right. But getting to my Rams. Let's talk about my Rams for a minute, because y'all wanna act funny right now. So he had 3 turnovers. The one the ball got bounced in the air, they got it, and did what they did. And then he threw the pick 6. I think he took him too lightly with that pick 6. And then that fumble was just a fumble, because we going down to drive and score if he doesn't fumble that ball the way he fumbled the ball. But Carolina played really good, and you can see Carolina's coming to fruition to be a very good team. They're being really patient with the quarterback. We all thought the quarterback was not going to do well. He played really good. The one touchdown he threw was on the money, man. That looked good. Bryce Young looks good in that offense, man. He just need a couple more pieces surround him to make that team solidify to be a really a good contention team. And right now, they're 7-5 right now. I think they are. And we didn't think they were going to be that good.
They're 7-6.
Yeah, they're 7-6.
Yeah, they're 7-6.
7-6. I mean, I'm sorry. We didn't think they was going to be that good this year. You know what I'm saying? They're right there. They're right there with Tampa right now. I mean, let's look at. Okay, we got some more time. We got about 15 minutes. So, in the AFC, what team has surprised you the most up until right now? I'm gonna go out on the limb. I'm gonna talk first. I'm gonna say good. I'm gonna say good or bad. These are my 2 teams. New England Patriots definitely 10-2. Didn't see that coming. I'm kind of disappointed in the Houston Texans to be 7-5. I mean, they won 4 in a row, but they struggled from the very beginning, which they shouldn't have struggled because they didn't have a lot of injuries on their team. So I'm a little disappointed. But that division has gotten really nice. 8-4, 7-5. It's going down to the last game. Those my 2 teams. My team that's surprised and disappointed. In the NFC East, I gotta say Chicago Bears 9-3. Didn't see that coming. Yeah. Did not see that coming at all. Most surprising team to me, I gotta say Seattle Seahawks 9-3. They lose a quarterback, and my man Sam Darnold goes there. The Rams is kryptonite, but they playing good football at 9-3. Those are my 2 teams. I'm surprised of, disappointed in. I have to say, I'm going to say the Lions and maybe the Packers. I'm going to say the Lions more so. I think the windows probably closed on the Lions. 7-5. They look vulnerable this weekend against Green Bay. So, Rich, who you got? Who's your 2 teams that in the AFC and NFC that you're most surprised of or disappointed in?
The one that surprises me the most in the AFC is definitely the Patriots. But the biggest disappointment to me is the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson is playing like he's just terrible right now. So
something's wrong with him, though.
Yeah. Bad team. NFC biggest surprise. And this ain't really Homer because of all that we lost on defense. But I think the 49ers, they shocked me. Like, they're the biggest surprise to me in the NFC. I thought that we'd be around 6 games, 6 wins right now. We 9-4. I didn't see this coming.
I didn't see this coming.
But you have to remember, though, the strength of schedule. They had one of the easiest schedules. They had the easiest schedule in the NFL.
They did have.
Well, it was projected
right
the
now.
easiest schedule.
Not right now because it's different. But at the beginning of the season,
right,
they was 30th in easiest schedule. So that's why I said. Remember when I said they should win a division with the schedule they got.
Yeah.
So and if you think about it, they got everybody out of the way except for Seattle. I think you guys still got to play Seattle, right?
We got Chicago. We got the Colts.
No, y'all got Tennessee, the Colts. Oh, you got the Bears and Seattle.
Yeah. We got 3 division leaders right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
like,
I
don't know what you talking about.
Yeah, but what I'm saying though, we nobody expected the Colts to be where the Colts are, and nobody expected the Bears to be where the Bears are. You know,
they didn't expect the Panthers to be where they are.
No, exactly.
You know.
Okay, so all right, go ahead. What else you got for us?
And the most disappointing, shocking team is probably Washington. Like, I'm shocked. I mean, they had injuries, and I get that affects wins and losses, but even when Jaden was playing, like, it wasn't inspired football. You know, but
again, we talked about that sophomore slump too.
Yeah,
injuries didn't help.
Disappointing.
All right, Curry, who you got?
Again, most surprising team in the AFC, I got to go with the Colts. I didn't think that they would be that good. And, you know, just a week ago they were talking about number 1 seed and all this. Now they've slipped a little bit because they fell over into the wild card bracket.
Right.
But even that, I didn't expect them to be as good as they are. Probably in the NFC, I didn't expect the Carolina Panthers to be as good as they are. And I get to watch them up close because they're right here in North Carolina. They're 90 minutes from my house, but so I do kind of watch them a lot. But that defense is awful. That's a ferocious defense.
Elite.
The game that I thought turned the Carolina Panthers whole season around was when they played the Miami Dolphins, a game that I was at, and the Dolphins were up 17-0, and they came back and won that game. And it seemed like they've just been rolling ever since then. I don't think they've lost but maybe 1 or 2 games since then. But then in the most disappointing team to me is probably in the AFC. It's got to be the Kansas City Chiefs. I never thought that they would see losers of 6 games already.
Yeah.
I didn't expect them to lose 6 games all year.
And they got everybody back.
They're struggling to. They're not even in the wild card. So that's one of the most surprising, disappointing teams to me in the AFC. And then over in the NFC, like somebody said, the Washington Commanders. I thought they would be a lot better. I realized they lost their quarterback, but they've lost 7 straight games. I didn't see that coming.
They talking about man be on a hot seat too.
But
oof.
I don't know. I don't know that he would be on the hot seat because this is only his second season there, then you lost your quarterback, and there's a lot of things going against you right there. But they weren't playing all that great before the quarterback got hurt.
But then somebody had brought up that because he's a defensive coordinator, they expected more from him for the defense to be better than what it is. Was that you, Rich, or was that Mo that brought that up? About Commanders' head coach being on the hot seat because he's a defensive coordinator. They think the defense should play better.
That was probably Mo. It wasn't me.
Okay. I'm not. Yeah, I wouldn't put him on the hot seat because I mean, look at that season they had last year. That was an awesome season.
No, I wouldn't put him. I wouldn't put him.
We're the same way. We didn't expect them to lose 7 straight games. I don't think we expected them to win all those games they won last year.
I'm not putting them on hot seat. I'm just saying sports analysts and sports reporters are putting them on the hot seat because of him being a defensive coordinator. Dana, give me your take on hot and not so hot. AFC, NFC, who you got?
Okay, the hot team I got in the AFC, the Colts. I thought of Daniel Jones, like Kurt said, it kind of fell off a little bit. And the disappointing thing that I never thought I'd see play like this was the Kansas City Chiefs.
They look like they can't get it together at all. They got offensive guys. They look old.
They have weapons.
The defense looks old. I'm telling you, the defense looks really old.
Right.
All right, NFC, what you got?
In the NFC, I'm surprised. I know if everybody like Stephen A, they count that, but I'm really surprised at the Cowboys. They play with some oomph. They trying to survive. I'm surprised with the Cowboys and the Bears, but we know the Bears only doing that because they got the weak strength of schedule. And the team that in the NFC I'm mostly disappointed in is the Lions.
Okay.
Dan Campbell killing that team.
Yeah, they haven't made a fourth down in the last two games.
Kick the field goal.
Kick the field goal, dude. Lou, who you got, man? AFC, NFC, worst and best.
All right. Well, for the worst, I think I have to go. I mean, I think I know with the Ravens, but most of the Chiefs, to the point. I mean, going from the Super Bowl this year, barely didn't even try to make the playoffs right now. I've been very disappointed. I just think that the offensive line of the team is getting really old. I think it's starting to set in. We got Mahomes, aging yet, but the other team that won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and just got beat last year. So that's really disappointing. For the best, though, I think I have to be every time with the Bears. Nobody thought they were going to be 9-3. I thought they were going to be 9-3, but they are just almost like a victory against back in 1980s. I mean, it's a complete turnaround. The Colts have been my surprising team, the AFC. I think we're going to be like this year either.
Okay.
And for the worst, well, I shouldn't say this is a surprise, but the Giants are a big letdown.
Okay.
I thought last year was good enough, but now they're like 2-10, and they are like a dumpster fire.
Okay. So I just pulled something up real quick. We might go a little bit over because I got a question for you guys to answer. Youngest to oldest NFL roster.
And I got a wild take too.
These are top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are top, and then I'm shocked at who is the 5th team because they're not playing like that. So it goes. The average age right now in NFL is between 26 and 28 years old. The youngest team in the NFL right now is the Green Bay Packers, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Indianapolis Colts, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Kansas City Chiefs. That's 1 through 5. 1 through 5.
Okay.
That's crazy right there. That's crazy.
It is.
The oldest team is the Washington Redskins at 28-7, Carolina Panthers, Minnesota Vikings, Pittsburgh Steelers, the Dallas Cowboys. 27 to 28 years old. So Kansas City ain't that old. Baltimore's not even in. Baltimore is. Where's Baltimore at? Baltimore. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Baltimore's 10th at 26 years, 9 months, and 1 day. Wow. So they're right in the middle of the pack. All right, guys. before we go to you guys' hot take, so who, if Pittsburgh or Baltimore don't make the playoffs, does the coach get fired?
I think John Harbaugh gets fired this year.
You kind of leading into mine. Go ahead.
All right, so in Baltimore, we're not hearing fire John Harbaugh, but in Pittsburgh, we're hearing fire Tomlin. Fire Tomlin. I'm like, what is up? Yo, so
They won't.
and the thing about it is, there's a first time for everything, right?
Pittsburgh doesn't fire coaches.
It's a first time for everything. But what I'm saying to you is right here, y'all got to realize that Pittsburgh did what Mike Tomlin wanted him to do. They brought in, he brought Aaron Rodgers in. Aaron Rodgers said, go get Metcalf. We ain't got Metcalf, right? That's what they wanted. They went out and got Jalen Ramsey. So they're all in. When most say they're not all in, they're all in because you have a mature team, right? I just told you that they're one of the 5th oldest teams out there. So he's all in on them going to the Super Bowl. But when your fans are sitting there chanting fire you, and then and the thing about it is that we know Pittsburgh fans know football. We know that's one fan group that we know that they know football, right? But when you go all in with suggesting that Mike Tomlin want to do to bring Aaron Rodgers in, and then you have nothing. What are you going to leave with next year? Because he's probably going to be done after this year. You know, you listen to Mo paints this pretty picture that they're going to draft a quarterback or they might get Kyler Murray or whatever the case may be. But whoever you get to come in there, it's going to be a learning curve for them anyway. So you're back at where you've been for the last, since Ben Roethlisberger's been there. You still haven't had a quarterback that get you over the hump, right? And now
they're not going to fire Mike Tomlin.
Okay, so and then you have the quarterback criticizing the wide receivers, but you told them to go get Metcalf, and they went and got Metcalf, right?
They kept picking.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, how are you gonna criticize your wide receivers? These are these are guys that he said, I want you to bring to Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin, he's all in on this. So who's gonna be to blame? It ain't gonna be because they don't like the offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? The defensive coordinator. I mean, and you have a backup quarterback that knows the system, right? So my thing is, again, y'all don't think he's gonna get fired, but it's the first time for everything.
They're not going to fire.
It may be a mutual understanding.
Black football coach.
Man, look here. Look, let me say something. It may be a mutual understanding, but we know if he's not coaching next year, he got fired. They can say whatever they want to say. They can put it. They can write it up anyway. They can write up any way they want to write it up. Oh, he moved up to upper management. Like I'm gonna say this: Brad Stevens, when he was coaching the Celtics, but they ain't fired him. He moved up to upper management, but he got fired. The players like, yo, he's not getting it done.
How many coaches have the Celtics fired?
How many coaches had the Celtics fired? They fired a bunch.
Right. How many coaches have the Steelers fired?
They haven't fired any.
None. They don't fire coaches.
But there's a first time for everything.
It ain't gonna be this. Ain't the first one.
So let me ask you a question: is he gonna walk away? Is he gonna walk away?
No. I've seen Chuck Noll come out there and drop dud after dud after dud after dud. Do you remember the 80s Steelers?
Yes, I do.
That was Chuck Noll.
Right.
And he was terrible in the 80s. And they would not fire him because they do not fire coaches.
Okay, but it's first time for everything. That's all I gotta say. But see,
it ain't gonna be
see
Chuck,
what you.
it ain't gonna be Chuck.
But see the thing. But this is my whole thing is though right here is that Mike Tomlin. This is a team he wanted. This is a team he said we can make it happen with this team. He said that. They sat there and waited for Aaron Rodgers to come out the cave or wherever he was. And he said, when I come out, when I come out the cave, make sure Metcalf is on that team.
I mean,
Jalen Ramsey.
Chuck Knowles said, "Go get Bubby Brister."
Bubby Brister.
You know, what are you gonna do?
No, he ain't say go get no Bubby Brister. Get out of here with that.
What
Get out of here with
that.
No. Pittsburgh has always been a good team to draft players. So I'm not even going. I'm not even trying to hear that.
No, they have not.
I'm not
The
even saying.
80s
I'm not trying.
The 80s were a disaster.
They had Mike Tomczak.
The 80s, in the 80s, they wasn't bad
terrible.
in the 80s.
They were terrible.
Absolutely.
Because they won the Super Bowls. They won
in
Super
the
Bowls
70s.
in the
All four.
70s.
All four.
But in the 80s, they wasn't that bad. They were still competitive.
They were terrible.
They were
terrible.
They were competitive.
Okay.
They was making plays, going to playoffs.
Let's go to the team.
I mean, that division was because you got to remember the Houston Oilers is in that division too, right? So you had Houston.
The Oilers weren't in that
Cleveland,
division.
Oilers weren't in that division.
Yeah, they was. Yeah, Houston was in our division.
And Houston wasn't even that tough. They were a mid-league team.
But they was good. They had Pastorini. They had Warren Moon. They had all them guys. They were decent. They were decent.
They were
They had
solid.
Earl Campbell. Come on. They had Earl Campbell. Come on, man.
Campbell, yeah.
They lost in the AFC Championship game, I think.
Yeah.
With Earl
They
Campbell.
got walked down 38-35.
38-35.
No, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the one where Earl Campbell played. I think they lost. But again, that division wasn't. That division was. It was Cleveland. It was Cleveland or Pittsburgh during that time period. Cincinnati played well. You know what I'm saying? They had Anderson as a quarterback. They won Super Bowl and lost to San Francisco. Right? But for the most part, it was Cleveland. It was Bernie Kosar, Brian Sipes, those guys, and Chuck. They had Bradshaw as a quarterback. Now they went through a couple quarterbacks after. They had a couple quarterbacks. Bubby Brister. They had O'Donnell took them to the Super Bowl and lost.
Mark Malone.
That was the 90s.
That was the 90s.
They had a few quarterbacks that didn't pan out, but they were still competitive. But the thing about it is, Chuck Noll didn't go to them and say, "Yo, go get that quarterback right there. I want him to come and be on my team. I want him to play for us." That's what Mike Tomlin did. Mike Tomlin was all in on. He was all in on Aaron Rodgers, and now you got Aaron Rodgers, and you don't know what the future is next year.
So you mean to tell me when they got Bubby Brister and Mike Tomczak, that Chuck Noll had no say in that?
They're going to give him about 3 years. If the quarterback don't work out, they're going to let him go.
Who's that, Dana?
I said they're going to let Mike Tomlin go shop for his own groceries. He's going to pick a quarterback. He's not going to go through the great value, the cheap bid.
He did pick a quarterback.
He's going to get one of them. Huh?
He did pick a quarterback. He picked Aaron Rodgers.
No. Aaron Rodgers.
He also picked Russell Wilson. That's a used car, man.
No. Listen to me.
He thought Aaron Rodgers was Green Bay Aaron Rodgers.
He picked Aaron Rodgers and he picked Russell Wilson.
They should have went on and drafted a quarterback and developed him. But they felt like this year, this is the year. Look, this is the year they was all in on everything, and it's not working out. And when you had the fans booing, you had the fans that's booing. You had the fans telling them about Mike Tomlin, and I'm not taking nothing away from Mike Tomlin. I think he's a great coach. I think he needs to stay away from the sideline sometimes because he gets in people's way. But at the end of the day, he made the decision that says, I want Aaron Rodgers to come here. He made the decision that Aaron Rodgers said to him, go get Eric Metcalf. Go get Metcalf. He made the decision to go and trade for Jalen Ramsey, right? And they're losing games.
I don't know. He made that one. I think that one probably. That was the general manager made that one for him.
I think he has enough say so to say if he wants somebody or not.
Who for Rodgers?
Yeah, I don't think that was all on him though.
No, Mike Tomlin. I think he has say so. So they have at the Ravens. They got the Dolphins, at the Lions, at the Browns, and at Baltimore. And they're 6-6 right now. We don't know what Baltimore team we're gonna see. All right.
Trash.
They go to the Lions. We don't know what they're gonna see with the Lions. They go to the Browns. That should be a tough game because they play each other tough. So we don't know. And they play Baltimore again. So they don't have a cakewalk either. They don't. And the games that they won, like I think the only game they actually dominated was, to me, the Colts game. Would it beat them 27-20, and Colts still had an opportunity. And then the Bengals, they beat the Bengals, right? 34-12, but I don't know who the quarterback was. But they lose to Buffalo 26-7. Rudolph knows the offense. So let's go ahead and do hot takes with 6 minutes over. So let's go with Curry. Curry got a hot take. What's a hot take, Curry?
All right, Rich. Like Kevin said, it's the first time for everything. Now, Rich, I'm gonna ask you a question, but I don't want you to answer it. I want you to answer it in your own mind. Just hold that thought. You said the Pittsburgh Steelers have never fired a head coach. So there's a first time for everything. Have you ever heard the fans chanting fire a Pittsburgh Steelers head coach? Don't answer that. But anyway, here's my hot take. Now, we're saying that Harbaugh is on the hot seat, and we're saying that Mike Tomlin is on the hot seat, kind of way. All right. So this is crazy and it's wild, but listen to me out. If the Baltimore Ravens win the division, I think that Tomlin is out. I think if the Pittsburgh wins, then I think Harbaugh's out. If either one of them win the division and go to the playoffs and they're one and done, I think they're out anyway because I think their expectations are higher. So with that said, first time for everything. Crazy as it might sound, you could conceivably have 4 brand new coaches in the AFC North.
You ain't lying about that one. You're
it's
not
crazy, but
you're
first time for everything.
You ain't lying about that because Stefanski he definitely, if he's not all in on Shedeur right now, oh, he's probably out of there. He's probably out of there, man. Oh my goodness. He's probably out of there. Wow, that's crazy. All 4 coaches could be gone. Unless
it's a crazy idea.
No, but if you think about it, that could possibly happen. But let me ask you a question: Who will probably get a job quicker?
I don't think they both will be hired within the minutes. I think a change of scenery would do both of them well.
I agree with Rex Ryan.
What Rick Ryan say?
He won't be fired for 2 minutes if they fire Mike Tomlin.
So if
who went down?
I was watching Get Up this morning, and Rex Ryan said he wouldn't last 2 minutes on the free market.
Neither one of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because
if both of them got fired or either one of them got fired, I'd love to see them in Miami.
Yeah, Tomlin in Miami, yes sir. Or Harbaugh, yo. You just got to get rid of Tua.
Do you think the boy in Las Vegas, do you think he's safe?
Pete Carroll?
Pete Carroll?
Yeah.
No, Pete Carroll.
No.
Pete, no.
What about the coach? What about the coach in Arizona? You think he's safe?
I think he's safe.
Quarterback was hurt.
So I'm gonna say this right now. If Tomlin gets fired, he would be the next head coach for Curry, who would you say?
I'm not going to say because I think he would sit out and pick his team. I don't think he'll just go to any team. I think he's going to go to a team that he feels like he is ready to win. He's not going nowhere to start up and the rebuild and all that.
Okay, Curry. Rich. If Mike Tomlin gets fired, where does he end up at?
Baltimore.
What did he say?
He said Baltimore.
He said Baltimore.
Lou.
Oh, Baltimore. That was
Lou. If Mike Tomlin gets fired, where does he end up at?
If he gets fired, yeah. I agree on that. I do. I agree with your partner. I think I'll go with that team.
To Baltimore?
With your previous
Okay.
Yeah.
Dana.
Need help.
Dana, if Mike Tomlin get fired, where will we be? Where will we go next?
I think he goes to the Giants because they already have a strong defense.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I was thinking the Jets.
If Mike Tomlin gets fired, I think he goes to the Atlanta Falcons. I think he goes to Atlanta Falcons. I really do believe so. All right, guys, that's our time, man. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me again tonight. It is what it is. We had a lot of fun. We talked about a lot of stuff. Man, we just got it in. It's November. It's December now, man, and this is when football really matters the most.
Let's turn the calendar.
We got a nut set in stone right now in the AFC. You got two teams at 10-2 fighting for that number 1 seed. In the NFC, you got 3 teams that's 9-3 fighting for the number 1 seed. I'm gonna say this right now. Nobody wants to go to Chicago in the cold weather and play up there. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now.
The Rams almost do the Eagles in the snow.
Yeah, but we don't want to do that no more. We don't want to do that no more. We want to. We don't want to do that no more. So it's getting ready. It's getting ready to get real interesting for this teams. We don't forget, man. The Olympics will be here in February. I'm looking forward to the ice skating. Speed skating. That's gonna be really fun.
All right.
Like I said, baseball winter camp's coming up. Basketball is getting to the flow of things. It's the East is wide open right now. Even though Detroit's 16-4, I don't believe in that 16-4. I just think that they're playing the best basketball right now. The Lakers, LeBron James is like fading away. Next question, you guys keep this question in mind. Where will LeBron James play at next year? Just got a little homework for you guys. Just a little homework. And the Bulls are still looking at bringing Anthony Davis there. I still don't understand why. Because he ain't gonna stay healthy. But it is what it is. But again, guys, appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Everybody on the live feed, thank you guys as well. Hopefully you guys can hit us up again. I'm trying to figure out. I can't. Rich, are you on Facebook?
Yes.
Do you see? Can you see questions on there at all?
Oh,
I don't see any questions.
Facebook?
Yeah.
I can be. Just give me 1 second.
Because I don't see. I see it on. I see it live on my page, right? But I don't see any. I don't see any questions. Oh wait. Now I see Now I see comment. I see the comments now. Man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the comments. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'll do is I will let these guys go, and I will ask questions. I will answer your questions on the comments. I promise you I will do that. Now I see. I don't know what happened. Why I don't see it this before, but I see it now. So again, if you guys want to go ahead and go, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. I'll see y'all next Monday. I think next Monday I should be free. Basketball season started. I gotta look at the schedule, find out what schedules look like, because I'm only gonna go to. I'm only helping out for the home games, and some away games are close. Anything far away, I'm not going to, because I'm only a volunteer, and I can only do so much. So with that being said, guys, y'all guys take care. Y'all have a good night, and God bless y'all. All right, so you see, they didn't have the choice to bring Aaron Rodgers, and so it's not about what Tomlin wanted to do. David, that's why they waited for Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers was coming to Pittsburgh, and that's why Tomlin wanted him there. So it was Tomlin's choice. But what you're failing to realize, they wanted another receiver too, but they couldn't pull the trigger on that, so it was not a completed. All the things that he wanted. Well, they got Metcalf, who they wanted, who Aaron Rodgers wanted, so that's why they went and got Eric Metcalf, because that's who he wanted. He was the only guy left, Kevin. Come on, bro. You got to know what the last free agent, he didn't have a choice. So I understand you're questioning who didn't have a choice. If you're talking about Metcalf got traded there. He wasn't a free agent. He got traded to Pittsburgh. So it's not like he was a free agent. And the thing about it is, as a free agent, if you think your quarterback is good, why don't you go to that team, right? Which is Pittsburgh Steelers. If you think Aaron Rodgers is that good as a quarterback, as a free agent wide receiver, that's the place you would want to go, because you think he's going to throw you the ball. You're going to help the team get better. But everything that I said was they got through trades. Jalen came in the trade, and Metcalf came in the trade. Aaron Rodgers was the only free agent that came there, because where else was he going to go? They wanted him, they needed him, and they got him. And now that they got him, it ain't working out. And it is what it is. But again, I hope I answered your questions as best as I could. With that being said, we're going to get on out of here so we can watch this football game tonight.
Thank you for listening to the Just Us Sports Talk Show. You have been entertained in the sports world by K. Dix from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, the small city with a large heart, Dana the Hater Clark from St. Petersburg, Florida, and Murray E. Baskerville from Gotta Be More Careful, Baltimore, Maryland. Remember, we throw stones and we do live in glass houses. Big time players make big time plays and big time games. Stay ready to be ready. You have been listening to an In the Zone Sports Talk Radio production. Remember, you can hear us again on star107fm.com on Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to download the Try99 TV app on any smart device and subscribe to In the Zone Sports Talk Television. The cost is $4.95. Thank you in advance for your support.